Hey guys, so I'm checking out a location today that I've been looking at for quite a while on the map. I recently found a couple more reports that kind of line up with this corridor, so I thought that I would check it out, being that those reports were in January. I want to see if I can find any evidence of Sasquatch, and so far I'm finding a ton of evidence of their prey. There are deer tracks everywhere, and being that it just freshly snowed, I can get a really good idea for what kind of prey is in the area. It is very, very quiet. The only thing that I can hear right now is the waterfall. And I moved away from it because I didn't want that to kind of cloud my hearing. So I'm in a valley right now, and I'm going to do a vocalization and see if I can stir anything up. At first glance, this might look like a huge Sasquatch footprint, but look, there's no trackway. This is simply just snow melting and creating a formation that our brain perceives as something else. So just keep that in mind when Bigfooting. Hey guys, so I have returned to an area I scouted a few weeks back. I found this area on Google Maps, and by looking at surrounding reports as well as the wilderness area as a whole, I thought that this would be a great location for viable habitat and Sasquatch activity. I scouted it a few weeks ago, but it was so snowy and icy, it was really hard to get deep into this wilderness area. So I'm back today with great weather to see what I can find. A lot of dog prints here. I'm not sure if they're domestic dogs or coyotes, but actually a few days ago I was laying in bed and I heard coyotes howling like crazy, and it sounded like they were in distress or they were fighting off something. There was a lot of yipping and yapping, and it just wasn't anything I've ever heard before. And mixed in with those coyotes was another sound that I couldn't identify. So I hopped in the car and I started driving the roads at night to see what it could be. See if I could, stir up any activity. And while I was driving through a forest road, I smelled a skunky odor. So I drove down the road, turned around, and came back. It was only a matter of minutes, and the smell was gone. If that were a skunk, the smell would have lingered. So I believe that there is a possibility that it could have been a Sasquatch crossing the road just minutes before I went through. I was walking down this road and I came across some scat. I think it might be from a bobcat. I just had a pretty embarrassing Bigfooter moment. I forgot my tape measure at home, and I'm so frustrated with myself because I just saw that big pile of scat and I really want to take measurements of it. But it's really important to utilize anything that you have. A scale item is immensely important when it comes to researching. Okay, so if you don't have a tape measure on you, use something else that you can easily measure afterwards once you get home. vegetation. It's getting super swampy the further we get into the wilderness, and I am stoked about this place. It's just the perfect habitat. We have seen so much evidence of prey animals moving through this area, and it's a valley. So as the deer move through, it's going to be really easy for Sasquatch to be hunting them. I wonder what kind of flora is in here in the summertime. Are there berries? Are there different sort of plants that they might be eating? There are several reports just outside of this wilderness area. So I have no doubt that they're in here. But the question is, how often? Because as we know, Sasquatch is always on the move. So it's important to remember that if you don't get any activity one day, it doesn't necessarily mean you won't get activity the next. So I'm going to keep coming back to this area. I'm really excited.